Hello, today I'm going to show you how to remove a distributor. To remove a distributor, there's a few key points we need to do first. One of them is to set up the timing marks of the engine. One is on the pulley and the other is actually on the timing case cover. What we need to do is put the mark on the pulley to 0 on the cover. I will do that by turning the fan. There you can see the two marks are lined up, which just means they're side by side. Now we move to the distributor, which is this one here. The distributor distributes the spark or the electricity to the spark plug so the spark plug can fire. Now when we set an engine up on number 1, top dead center, it could be on cylinder number 6 or number 1, and the way we know that is here is our number 1 spark plug, so we follow the lead back to the distributor and we know that the distributor on this point here is number 1. So when we lift up our distributor, when we take off our distributor cap, we can see the rotor button. The rotor button that spins in the distributor like that, but at this stage it has a locator. It is pointing not at number 1, it is actually pointing at number 6 lead. So if I just gently put the spark plug, the cap back on there, you will see the rotor button is pointing to this lead, which is number 6. So now I've got to come back to the front and rotate the engine one more time. As this is happening, you can see the distributor, the rotor button turning, and that will indicate to me that we are slowly getting to number 1, and we must be getting close because we initially made our mark there. And as you can see now on the pulley, that the mark, our two marks are now starting to line up, and we're back on top dead center again, and our rotor button is now pointing to where the lead is on the distributor for number 1. So if I lift that distributor up, there's the lead, there's the rotor button, because under the cap there are the 6 points. When the rotor button passes past them, the electricity will actually travel across the rotor button to that point, then up through the lead. So now that we've set that up, that will make installing our distributor a lot easier. If you take the distributor out in any position, you will find you'll have trouble putting it back in and starting the engine. Our next step is to disconnect the vacuum hose to the vacuum advance unit. I now disconnect the wire on the coil. And then remove the bolt that holds it to the engine. Now that the distributor can come out, it is important to watch the rotor button, because that rotor button, as I lift the distributor out of the motor, will actually spin. We'll need to know that for when we reinstall it, that we need to point the rotor button away from number 1 position, so that when we put it back in, you'll see here it will turn back, and then you can adjust it to number 1. There you go. That's how we successfully take out a distributor from an engine. It doesn't matter what engine you're taking it out of. I'm taking it out of a 6-cylinder, but every engine whether it's a 4-cylinder, 2-cylinder, 6-cylinder, V8, you need to set it up on number 1 compression stroke, and always see where the rotor button points so that reinstallation becomes a lot easier. Thank you for your time today.